thoughts? I'm gonna break this up a couple times and say, and of course, ask questions or give anything that you're thinking of as we go. Yes, Mr. Doctor.
Well, what do you think that our planning commission has done wrong in the downtown area? You know, when you look at Brighton, Salt Mine, Amber, Big Game, Tasker, we're not, we have too many rules and regulations as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if all of us, these communities are doing things, then we're more like a blanket community, or the same. I don't know them. We had the last business, I think, that I remember coming in, was going down on Montreal Park. So, I mean, obviously, whatever we've been doing wrong, in my opinion. I mean, why are all these other communities? And when you talk about Alpena, we're on the Great Lake, and they got marinas, I mean, we don't, and we have sands, it's only one underwater. But they would have a lot more water.
Sure.
And so the existing regulation, something is not, that's why I think this more at maybe last meeting or the meeting before we agreed to lower the price of the ZBA. These are, I mean, I think those are the kinds of things. I think if we can do that, or if you're the board, we're going to be up on taxes someday if something does happen. So we have to bite the bullet now. And you know, if somebody gives any information at all, they want to come to Northfield County, we need to get them on the floor and sit down and say, you know, what can we do for you? And I don't think we've done that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get to some ideas to get there. I guess I can't disagree.
You'd tear out about half of them pages in front of it.
Doug?
Yes.
You showed an image of South Main Street, if you would, and talked about non-walking. From the school board's perspective, that's always a concern. We cringe every time we see kids walking along along the pathway. And some of them because they don't want to ride the bus because it's not cool or whatever. But you know, I see kids walking down Barker, and thankfully there's a sidewalk for a good chunk of it, and there will be more soon in that process. But it would definitely ease some stressors in that process.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's more grant money available for non-motorized whatever.
Yeah, there is some, and we'll definitely have to explore that in the coming years. My only reason I brought up Alpena is I was just comparing. I haven't worked in many other communities that have such a wonderful asset, except I mentioned Alpena, for example, one that have maybe a larger asset than time. And that's the lake. It's such a significant natural feature, something we should capitalize. And we tried to help Alpena do the same way, because they were in a state of decline. And we began their process many years ago. Any other thoughts before we go on? Okay. So now we get into these. So that's we're done with the what. The what is okay, we all recognize there's an issue. As I mentioned, as Mr. Doctor mentioned, as others have mentioned, there's an issue. There's an issue downtown. There's an issue with stagnation. So where do we go from here? So we had a lot of great ideas. So these are the things we heard. These are the things we heard from residents in our 2 visioning sessions. Deb mentioned this just a second ago. Create an attractive, clean, and inviting downtown. Keep the sidewalks and storefronts clean. Develop streetscape design, plan, and install pedestrian amenities. Create a welcoming downtown entryways and develop a unique wayfinding system. Now, these are all great planning buzzwords and terms. I didn't come up with any of these. These are all residents and business owners who mentioned these things. And it's in the document I gave you, the Strategic 2020 Vision Plan. You'll see I have the raw comments and you'll see some of these things. These are ideas that people came up with. Most of these are low-cost, no-cost things that the community can do. You know, street cleaning, cleaning up your business, making the downtown look attractive. this is a big concern of everyone who went through this.
What is a wayfinding? What is that?
Wait.
I'm sorry.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear.
Signage, so you can find your way around.
Yeah,
You
wayfinding.
know, like library here, post office, you know.
Like all the signs taken to the marketing center here.
Yeah, wayfinding, yeah, exactly. It's a nice way for a city to direct people who are visiting, waterfront, festival, whatever that happens to be. It's pretty common in cities, in Michigan, especially established downtowns in Michigan.
Like, for example, right now, if you notice on Main Street, on the corner of Margaret and Main, there's this big sign, and it's just rust-colored or just metal-colored. It's more of an eyesore than anything else. If you just painted it and said library like this, it would be a wayfinding sign. Point
It
people
was
to
nice, when I
library.
was a kid, it was so nice there.
I'm sure. I mean, it was something,
Yeah.
yes. But no one knows it's there, and now you'll probably all see it when you drive by, and you'll notice it.
The library has signs out.
Yes, but if you're on Main Street and you're not familiar with the town and you're just coming off the freeway, you wouldn't even know where one was. I mean, the people who live here do, but I think that's the idea behind the wayfinding is that it helps people that aren't familiar find their way
Oh,
around.
signage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
signage.
I mean, it's just one example.
Geared to cars and pedestrians. These are not necessarily big signs. These can be pretty relatively small signs and geared for both pedestrians and vehicles. Yes.
I don't know if it's appropriate, but I have just an idea of the image, chewing on the image of the leaves that you have throughout Main Street. And I know that the high school students do a community service rake and run. I would think that we could probably figure out a way to incorporate Main Street in that process. If somebody had the bags, it would get bagged up, and then we'd have to figure out how to get it picked up. But they could swoop through there in one day and probably polish it up pretty nicely and make it part of community service. I would reach out to the superintendent on that, just for sort of an idea.
Don't we have community cleanup projects too? Yeah.
Make sure they're planning it on one time.
I was going down Main Street yesterday and.
But that's in the springtime.
Okay, so in the fall I could do it. But I was going down Main Street yesterday towards 6 Mile. There was a couple just walking down the side of the street, picking up trash, putting it in bags, and I thought that is a really nice thing for the residents of the community to do that we're not doing.
So, yeah, good ideas. And again, I agree, a lot of this stuff is low cost stuff, just to get things looking a little neater, putting everything within the downtown area, make it a little more attractive for people. Again, we're still in what we heard, we're still in the so what part of the so I'm trying to find ideas and go forward. So it's a little hard to see in this picture. I had a big picture of this, and I think it's in the meeting room actually. And this is how it looks now. And we talked a little bit about streetscape. People were talking about streetscape and what things might look like. And this is just a real picture. It doesn't turn out real good in the slide, but it shows some street trees. It's a sidewalk on both sides of the street now, and some lampposts downtown. Just a few things to make the downtown look nice. This is getting away from the low cost, no cost. This gets into some cost. But these are typical kinds of projects that DDAs take on, and I know DDA is strapped like everybody else, but again, we're not necessarily constraining ourselves right now in ideas, and this is one of the ideas that could occur for the downtown. Yeah.
What does the road commission say about that?
The road commission, well, I don't think we asked the road commission specifically. Yeah, but I know in other communities they've permitted this sort of thing.
Trees do get bigger.
Yeah. New maintenance and trimming. And look actually a little better. Other things we've heard, we've got a lot of these. Again, I mentioned this, other people obviously did capitalize on the location of Whitmore Lake and the lake. Seek lakefront property for a community gathering place. Investigate other potential lake access points for boating, fishing, and swimming. Develop walking, biking trails along the lake and from the neighborhoods. Again, these are ideas that came out in public. These are ideas that will help capitalize on that natural feature, that significant natural feature that we have, which is Whitmore Lake.
I think the people live on that lake wouldn't bring that up because they're paying extra taxes to take care of the weeds and all that. I don't think they'd be very receptive of other people using the lake.
Many of them would. I've talked to them, including myself.
And this is just a quick drawing of,
You want to sell waste, they say, well, I can see.
we've got
Many
a,
residents go
we got a program that can kind of erase things out of pictures. This goes to show you can't trust pictures anymore, but this shows the existing one of the existing open spaces within the lakefront area. One of the only real open spaces where you can take a picture of the lake, except for down by the apartments. And then just a real modest change, removing the fence, gazebo might be a place that people want to go to, capitalize on the lake, the lakefront, the look of the lake, location of the lake. Certainly not saying this would happen in this location, just an example of what could happen once the lakefront is open. Also, improved car and pedestrian circulation. So we're talking about the lake, now we're talking about how we get around downtown, in and around the downtown area. Accommodate pedestrians, we've added and improved connections and crosswalks, add parking areas as feasible and needed, and investigate options for buying overhead utilities. This was again, ideas that came out of the public, all various cost levels, but good ideas, pretty much all of them. The parking issue has been noticed by folks, and I think for potential businesses that there certainly could be a parking issue within the downtown area.